Alphonso Davies out for the rest of the season. He did his ACL in that win against the US in that third, fourth place playoff. His agent isn't happy. He shouldn't have played in the USA friendly third place match. I was surprised that he started because he had communicated he wasn't good to start. A source within CSA told me Friday night Alphonso wouldn't start but might get a few minutes. I told them he shouldn't play at all. In my opinion, he, Jesse Marsch, should have managed the situation better. This could have been 100%. Now, what's interesting, since that quote has come out, Canada have come out all guns blazing saying, whoa, 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 wait a minute. The Athletic are reporting that multiple sources have told them that Alphonso Davies told them that he was ready and he could play. This is a little bit one side or the other, isn't it? Should we start there, or how bad this is for Bayern Munich? Let's start there, just from a player's perspective, how much he should be speaking up against his manager in these international ties, which is a glorified friendly.
Yeah, well, the agent coming out creates a whole sort of problem. And I have to imagine that this has not been something that Alphonso Davies, in any way, shape, or form, has discussed with his agent. Tearing your ACL, it happens. It's part of being a professional.
Well, not if you're not playing, it doesn't.
What's exactly your point?
My point is, why is he even on the pitch?
Because he's the captain of Canada.
It's a third, fourth place friendly. You've got
it's
bigger
not a
fish
friendly.
to fry.
It's not a friendly.
What's this a friendly?
No, it's not a friendly.
Who cares? Who cares about Nations League third or fourth place?
Wait. What do you?
Who does?
Canada does. It's against the USA. And the manager's Jesse Marsch as well.
No.
They all want to win.
Hold on. Hold on. Your position is that any time that you feel that it's not necessary for Alphonso Davies to be on the field, then you don't play him?
No, I'm saying if he feels he's got a niggle and he's got everything that's coming up, of course, in the Bundesliga and the Champions League.
Everybody plays with niggles, Dan.
Yeah, you're never 100%.
You're never. You've always got a problem. There's always something. There's always a niggle. And it's if Alphonso Davies thinks that he's not ready, he has to go to the man and say, look, I'd love to play, but I'm not ready.
Right.
And then, as a coach, as the head coach, I'll be shocked if Jesse Marsch doesn't go, right, well, hold on a minute. I know we all want to win, but as you said, there's a little bit in it that it is third and fourth. I don't want to jeopardise him for the Champions League or the rest of the season, so I won't play him. That's how it should go. So, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, Charlie, Alphonso Davies hasn't said anything to the manager other than I'm okay.
If Alphonso Davies went to Jesse Marsch and said, I am not ready to play, I am not fit, I cannot go, and Jesse Marsch decides on his own that Alphonso Davies is going to be on the field against what the player has told you, if that's what has happened here, that's a fireable offense. If that's what has happened here.
Right.
Certainly post-injury to Alphonso Davies. I doubted that this has been the case. I don't think as a manager you make this decision unilaterally. You don't just go against what your team captain, the flag bearer for the Canadian national team, Alphonso Davies, you don't go against him telling you, I can't go. I have to imagine that a conversation took place. Hey, how are you feeling? Say, I can go, I can play. And at that point, you put him on the field. There are only so many games that Canada will play ahead of the World Cup in 2026. And while it may not be important to you, obviously, you look at this as a friendly, for Canada, it is significant. Because for Canada, it is playing against who has been considered the giant of CONCACAF alongside Mexico. And so for them, it's important to make a statement to themselves in preparation for what's coming in 2026. And all these opportunities, which are few and far between, that they will have to play in this sort of matchup that make it competitive, that are significant to them, they have to take advantage of those opportunities. And that means Alphonso Davies, your captain, being on the field, if indeed he was fit to go.
Big picture, of course, for Bayern Munich. This is far from ideal, especially when paired with the injury to Upamecano as well. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Obviously, Bayern should be fine in the Bundesliga. That's not where their priority is, certainly, when it comes to these big matches coming up against Inter. What sort of difference maker is it, if at all, that these two aren't available?
Here is what people should know about Bayern if you're not aware, if you don't follow them, that the way they like to play, they commit numbers forward because they know, or they're banking on, the speed of their back line to be able to catch up and play 1v1 situations as other teams try to go on the counter. At the forefront of that, in terms of recovery speed, is Alphonso Davies. So you're willing to take some chances in committing all those numbers forward, because once that ball is played over the top, Alphonso Davies is running back, and more times than not, he's catching whoever he's chasing. That allows you to take more opportunities and more chances and more risk going forward. And when he's not available, or when he's further up the field, then Upamecano is able to come across and cut out that danger. So what it does that is forces Vincent Kompany to make some decisions in terms of how they're going to play. I imagine that Rafael Guerreiro will play in the left back, and in games that he considers to be where they have to be more responsible defensively, that's where Hiroki Ito will play in the left back position. Those are the sort of changes that I expect Vincent Kompany to make. To your point, I believe that it's going to be a lot of hard work for Bayer Leverkusen to get back into this race, and it's going to be about Bayern Munich maintaining that lead. They play St. Pauli this week. That should be one that Bayern Munich wins, regardless of the absence of Upamecano and, of course, Alphonso Davies, who's done for the season. As it pertains to Inter, that's a different conversation.
Well, and if I remember rightly, I think your heart was very much with Bayern to make it through to the next round.
Well, of course.
Does this news change your opinion?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what. I'm already feeling this look over here.
Well, so the option for Upamecano is Eric Dyer, right?
Yes, it can be. Yes.
Well, that's a huge problem. You know, all the things that you're talking about recovery speed.
Yeah.
If there's one thing Eric Dyer doesn't have, it's recovery speed.
I like you telling Ali that as if it's news.
Well, I thought Eric Dyer was probably slower than you. So the way they play, that high line they play, the way they want to use the pace of the defenders, that is Eric Dyer is your solution. No, if I'm Inter, I'm rubbing my hands.
Well, and you should. All I would say to that is those that are going to run in behind from Inter are not necessarily guys that have that kind of speed that they used to have. Lautaro Martinez is a very crafty striker. He will make the short runs, but over distance doesn't quite have the speed, getaway speed. The other guy, Marcos Thuram, may be more of a troublemaker for you. He was a troublemaker when he was at Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he did have some success against Bayern Munich. That would be the guy that I would be more concerned with. Overall, I do think that Bayern has more to offer in the attack, and that they'll be able to create more against Inter than Inter will against Bayern.
Well, just a reminder, of course, the Bundesliga live and exclusive on ESPN+. Coverage continues this weekend. All stars of Bayer Leverkusen in action on a Friday as they're looking to close the gap on Bayern, certainly momentarily, as they play host to Bochum. And then on Saturday, it's Bayern against St. Pauli.